Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse, and as you know, I have been on a bit of a mission to find a method of having words in my paintings. What I've got here is some liquid latex. Somebody on my first one suggested something called masking fluid, and when she said that and I googled what masking fluid was, and I was like, oh, now this little bottle's been sitting on my bench for a while and it's been trying to get my attention, so it got my attention finally. So we're going to give this a go. And so the way masking fluid works is it literally is a rubber layer that you paint on. I've seen this really amazing video of somebody using it for watercolor, where they put this where they wanted the foam of their water when they were doing a beach scene. And so they put this as the foam, and then when they did their watercolor over top, they were able to then just peel this off and reveal the white paper underneath. So this is not official masking fluid, but when I googled what is masking fluid, it said it was a liquid rubber that dries, and this is liquid latex, which latex is rubber, right? I must say, when I first bought it home, my 14-year-old asked if I was planning to make condoms. No, darling, I was not. So I'm wondering if this does the same thing. As you can see, I'm putting it on quite thick. And we'll see what happens. I have seen somebody use this with acrylic. So I'm sure there'll be some result. What that result will be, I'm sure it will probably be better than the result I had with putting the silicone onto the painting and then hoping cells spelt out my word. And at this point I haven't actually washed off my second experiment to see if, what did I use for that one? Dish soap. And I'm going to try and wash it off where the dish soap was. If that doesn't work, it was still a pretty cool painting anyway. And so what I'm painting here is a question that is very dear to my heart. It's an access consciousness question. And what else is possible? So what else is possible that you haven't imagined? It's quite apt for this particular painting. I am asking what else is possible, and this is what showed up. So how's it get any better than that? Just got to remember how to spell. So what else is possible is a trademark of access consciousness. So when you possible. And it's one of the tools that I teach in my Being Happy book, or not, well, in my book about being happy, Unlocking Unhappy it's called. So if you haven't checked out my book, unlockingunhappy.com. It's available on Kindle as well as in hard copy, soft copy. Very quick read, about 50-minute read. It's actually a bestseller in the youth under an hour read section on Amazon, so I was very proud of that. What else is possible? Question mark, because it's a question. No point of view. Willing to receive all awarenesses, even if it's got nothing to do with what you thought you were asking. And then I'm just going to put a little bit up there for the copyright symbol. So I'm going to let that dry. I've got my stand at the local market, craft market tomorrow, so I won't be painting tomorrow, but this should be dry by the time I get round to my next painting. So what else is possible? See you real soon. And welcome back. So here we have it. It's dried now. This is that latex stuff that I painted on here. In case you're wondering, I bought this from our local emporium, AJ's Emporium. It's just liquid latex, and they sell it for making molds. I actually bought it to make a mold out of some shells that I picked up on the beach and tried it, liked it, didn't really have anything to do with the mold once I finished with it, so I it sat around waiting for me. So I'm just going to do a standard dirty cup, flip cup pour on this and see where it takes us. So the colours that have asked to be on this painting are white, no silicone. So it's titanium white from Reeves, Decor Art Berry, deep yellow, and Viridian Hue. Now this is that really old one that usually gives me quite a grainy look, but that's, painting wants it, so that's what the painting gets. So I'm just going to start off with some white. There's not a lot of white left in here, so I went to get some more the other day and they didn't have any. I was most miffed about that. What would it take for them to get more stock in really soon? Okay, cool. So what would like to be next? See, look, you can drop the tins with their lids on upside down and they still come out looking great. The green actually wants to go next, so that's cool. Green, yellow. That's a bit thicker than the green. And the berry, purple, going thicker even more. How's it get any better than that? Is that enough? Can I get some more white? What do we know? That mixed it up a bit, if nothing else. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, new to acrylic pouring, this is what we call a dirty cup flip. Dirty because you just put all the colours in to one cup, flip, because literally you flip it upside down like that. So all of my paints are mixed with Floetrol, water, and a little bit of silicone. I'm still using the Durex Pure Personal Lubricant at the moment. Woohoo! I like it. And let's hope we have enough paint, which we don't. What's right about this I'm not getting. So what I'm actually going to do is I've got my white from that I usually use as a background colour. I'm just going to smear that around, butt it up against that paint and create a bit of a flow medium to help it flow. I did have the awareness that I didn't have enough paint in that cup, and I chose to go ahead anyway. My most important part really is to make sure that my words, which come down to here, get colour over them, because when you peel that latex off, it's not going to have the same effect if you don't have colour either side of it. So what's right about this I'm not getting? I do like that though. That's super cool. I need to bring it back down in this corner. Bit of blowing. And then we just need a little bit of white over in that top corner, just to deal with that blank canvas. There we go. That's fun and funky. And all our words are covered. So should we torch it, do you reckon? I reckon we should. Just gonna make sure all our edges are covered. Alright. So torching, what does torching? Usually people use a creme brulee torch. When you send your husband to the hardware store to buy you a creme brulee torch, you get a plumbing and gas torch. How's it get any better than that? And I'm only like quite a long way away. It's quite warm. This one gives off quite a bit of heat, so I stay well away. Oh, that purple's coming up. Yummy! I like purple. So the movement of air can pop the air bubbles in the paint, but it also warms the paint, which allows the silicone that's in the lower levels of paint to push its way up, creating those cells. edges. Oh, and that's looking great. So let me get you down and I can show you what it looks like. And then we'll have to put it aside and allow the paint to dry before we try peeling off the latex. So be with you in a second. Alright, so where do you want to begin? I must say, this is fun, funky and freaky. You've got cells all over the place. Got some lacing where I blew it. Quite like that little one in the middle there. Quite like this green that's shown up. That must be where the green and the yellow mix together. That's very cool. And this green and purple looks fantastic together. I like it. I like it a lot. So guys, what else is possible? What would it take for this to dry and then be able to peel the latex off? Oh, wow. That area there looks very cool. The poor camera has problems when I use this green paint because it's trying to focus on something that's quite grainy, as this green paint does grainy. So, and it's probably to do with the fact that the green paint is old and has been reconstituted from quite a lumpy consistency. So I'll be back once this is dried and we can peel it off together. See you soon. Alright, so welcome back. Welcome forward. We are now a couple of days more down the track. I have let this dry, and as you let's see if we're, as I can see, oh there you go. So as you can see, you can still see where I put the resist or the liquid latex on under there. This is now completely dry, and I have had a piggle because I can't resist, and it's kind of ripping the paint, so I'm actually gonna just slightly warm it the next bit before I try again and see if that allows the paint to tear a little bit easier. See how it's kind of torn? So I probably could have done this when the paint was a little bit wet and really carefully, and that might have allowed it to not tear. So where's my heat gun? Oh no, it fell off. Alright, so I'm going to give this other little spot on top of the eye a go. I've done the copyright, I've done the question mark dot. Let's do that one now. Just a little warm. Not trying to cook the paint, just warm it. It's not the ideal way to do this, I don't think. You do end up with a giant great hole in your canvas. See if you where's my hole there? Can you actually see that? Yeah, that's a hole. So I'm not sure I would do this unless I was resining so that the hole got filled back up. Like varnish wouldn't really create the result that I'm after, I don't think. So, oh, the roofers are here. That's what the banging noise is, if you can hear that. I might give this another go and because this is actually just going to ruin the painting, I think. Yeah, so that's It's just ruining the painting, which is a bummer because it was a cool painting. I might give it another go and pull the stuff off when the paint is still soft and wet. Because this is quite sad really. I like that painting. It was a cool painting. Oh well. The plan is still underway, and you know what? Worst comes to worst, you can still, that's not happening. So if you remember in my previous video where I was using the dish soap, I really liked that painting and didn't want to throw it away, but it did have a couple of little holes down to the canvas. So what I did was I got the white paint out and I've painted BU, which is what the secret hidden message was, in there, and that can just go up in my lounge or somewhere like that, because it's a beautiful painting. I really love the colours. Oh, you might actually be getting it's actually quite a good representation of the colours now. Previous videos have been showing it a lot bluer and whiter, but yeah, so I really like this, especially the little branchy bits out there. Can you see those? These little bits where it bled. So I'm going to keep this one for me. This one will not be for sale, but it will be in my house, maybe on my kitchen windowsill, reminding me and my family to be us and change the world. So thank you so much for joining me for this third experiment, and I'm gonna have another go. I'm not gonna be beaten by this. I will come up with it. And as this does peel off, and it does create a space. So I have actually used it in another video as a masking fluid, specifically for stopping paint from going over a line, which that's the Christmas tree second side. I'm not sure which way I'm going to post these two videos up, whether it will be this one will be first or the Christmas tree one will be first, but yeah, it does have its merits, the liquid latex. It does do a job, it's just not doing this job very well. And how does it get any better? And what's right about this I'm not getting. I will find a way to put words in my paintings that aren't just... Maybe I should just get over myself and paint them on. But hey, how does it get any better? So for those of you that have been waiting to hear, we have set a date for the Unleashing Your Creativity webinar. Now if you don't know what a webinar is, it's basically where you'll receive a link and you just click the link, or you can phone in by phone as well. There's free call numbers from all over the world, and you get to listen and watch live, post your questions, and even if you want to, you can ask your questions out loud by voice rather than just having to type them in. And I will be going over tips and tools that I have used to unleash my creativity, and it's all based on the Access Consciousness tools. So if you want to check that out, accessconsciousness.com, sorry. And I also have another channel, Access UTV, which you can check out. And so my question to you is, would it be fun to get rid of some of your points of view around creativity and what's stopping you from being creative? If so, check the link in the description, register, and if you can't make it to the live event, those that register will receive a link to the recording. So, can't even tell that one was an S. So how does it get any better than that? And what else is possible? What else can we choose that we haven't chosen yet? And what magic can we be? I think this canvas is going in the bin. Don't think it's savable. But it's fun. I'm a bit of a pickle person, so how does it get any better than that? Alright, have fun, and yeah, we'll see you in another video. Bye bye.